Toastmaster is a married mother of 3 children. She was born and raised in the heart of the Big Apple and decided at the wise age of 23 years to uproot herself and move to the quiet, at the time, little town of Lake Mary. She tries very hard not to take herself seriously. Loved all things hilarious and romantic. Please give a warm welcome to Toastmaster Linda Flores.
Good morning, Toastmasters. Good morning, distinguished children. Today's Tabletopics are all about you and your childhood. And incidentally, I only have 12 people that signed up for Tabletopics. If you want to add later on, that would be wonderful. Did you know that as a child, I once Toastmaster Tim Britton?
Would you repeat the question, please?
Did you know that as a child, I once
Oh, thank you. That was a festive time when I was 4 years old. I started my first business. Talk about festive. Imagine somebody putting a coin in your hand. Now, I have no idea what the value of that coin is because you're a little kid. But I lived a block from Wrigley Field. And people would park in front of our apartment building and then go to the game. Well, I was sitting on a running board. Anybody know what a running board is out there? Sitting on a running board of a car when a couple was coming in after the game. And he came up to me and said, "Oh, you watch my car for the game." And he reached in his pocket, he put a coin in my hand and closed it up and said, "Thank you very much." And I thought, "Whoa!" I ran out, "Mommy, I got money." You know. And she said, "I guess we have an entrepreneur in the family." Little did I know that would be my life as an entrepreneur, because I didn't know what the word meant at that time. And so that summer, she said I made $40 just watching people's cars during the game. So it was a great fun and a very festive time. Thank you for the
My nemesis growing up was Toastmaster Kathy Lebeck. I'm sorry.
Growing up, my nemesis? Well, I didn't really have any nemesis, but one time, it was not a festive occasion. There was this young man who, it was in school, elementary school, I believe around the 5th grade, and he was constantly teasing me and bothering me. And one day, when we were standing on the line outside of the school, and you know, the girls were lined up one side and the boys on one side, and the girls' side, we happened to be closer to the bushes, and he just pushed me in there. And so I got scratched up, and so when I went home and my mother saw this, and I explained to her what had happened, so this is the first time I ever seen my mother upset about anything. She ran up to the school, she came to that young man and says, "You ever put your hands on my child, I will get you." That's the first time I ever seen her threaten anybody, so I knew she meant business. And so that's what happened, and found out the boy just liked me.
My first fist fight in school was at the age of Toastmaster Morris McDay.
Oh, yeah. It's a heavyweight.
Honestly, I never had a fist fight at school. I guess it was because I was somewhat intimidating. I don't understand that. I'm an easygoing sort of guy. However, I did get in a fist fight when I was about 12 years old, and a young friend of ours picked a fight with my younger brother. And when he wasn't doing too well, I stepped in. What I didn't know was that this young man's father was a professional boxer. Needless to say, I walked away with a black eye. Not a winner.
My least favorite teacher in school was Toastmaster Carlos Benitez.
Thank you very much for the honor of answering your table topic. Least favorite teacher. When I moved away from the Bronx, I was in 5th grade and went to Long Island, and I encountered a lot of racism. We moved away from the Bronx because my mother didn't want me to get into gangs. And so I ended up moving to Long Island, getting into a gang at an early age because of racism. And I got into this class, I thought I was the average student, and it was above my level. It was above my level, and I didn't do too well, so they put me into a lower level class. And those guys were just really just crazy people. And I felt like a misfit because I felt I was good enough for the other class, but they didn't see me as that. I don't know why. Honest truth, this is kind of what happened. That's why I'm who I am now. But it was a very uncomfortable thing, and I got over it, but it wasn't very festive. Thank you.
The least favorite meal my mother made was Toastmaster Lonnie Fowler.
Morning, Toastmaster.
It seems, I don't know, can't think of a bad meal my mother made. Almost seems like kind of rude, to be honest. That's my least favorite.
That's a good boy. Big Bill.
I can think of all the amazing meals, to be honest with you. She made good brisket. What else? There's like too many to mention. Many festive occasions with the family. I think of a bad meal. Yeah, well, I can tell you what I don't like as far as food, and she made sure she didn't make it for me. I didn't like green peas. She didn't either. I don't like baked beans. So, one of my favorite things she never, she made, if she made those, then it would have been the worst meal ever. All right.
My favorite TV show growing up was Toastmaster Mark Allers.
Esquire.
Morning. My favorite TV show.
Your least
growing up, I think was Happy Days. With Fonz and Richie and their family, Mr. C. This will be the one. And they had some rather festive occasions on that show. And it kind of reminded me of my own childhood. Because at Christmas time, my grandmother always said, if you don't behave, you're not a good boy. We rotten potato on a stick. So my brother and I took that to heart. And we wrapped up a gift for my younger sister. It was exactly that. As she opened it up, she immediately started crying. Was not a very festive.
If I were an entertainer, my entrance theme song would be Toastmaster Omaira Lopez.
If I were an entertainer, what my theme song would be To be honest, I don't know. There's a lot of songs that I like, but I can't really think of just one. It just really depends on what the episode would be, what the theme would be. If I was in a good mood, it would be a festive theme song, but I just can't think of a name, sorry.
My professional wrestling name would be Toastmaster Benjamin Urrutia.
The mouse, the crusher.
The Beninator.
My professional wrestling name probably will be Carmelo. Yes, why? Because he has shown that he's very combative. Yes, Carmelo, and he's always pushing for good rules, for everything, and then he's always making point of order. So that is something that I would say is very good for all of us. And this is why today I have chosen Carmelo Bernardo, the I.
The best piece of advice an elder ever gave me was Toastmaster Roxanne Nordquist.
Green light, not red.
Such a festive meeting. I have had so much positive input in my life, so many people that have spoken into my life that I've been able to grow from. And I can't think of anything really specific, but I will say something from a speech that was spoken, that I did a long time ago, and that is that even though I say I had a lot of real positive input, I also had some really negative input. But I'll never forget the most important thing that was ever said to me was I had a great aunt who turned to me one day, at a party actually, and she looked at me and she said, "You're a very smart girl." Ooh. And I hadn't thought of myself in that way. And I just remember I looked at her in confusion, literally, and she said it again. And it resonated with me, and believe it or not, it changed my life. One person, one small sentence of encouragement.
I told my parents my very first lie at the tender age of Toastmaster Bill Newhouse.
Guys, stepped in on the program. I'm doing it now. No.
Yes.
They won't let me. No.
Stop there. What about like a doozy? Lazar.
Oh,
Instead of Lacadoos?
Come on.
Toastmaster Lazar, Legadoo.
Okay, what was the question again?
I told my parents my very first lie at the tender age of
2. No, I was not saying at 2. I was probably at 6. Now, this is what had happened. You just want to know?
Yeah.
Age of 6. My parents left me home with my older sister. And 6 hours later, they came back. And now they asked, I was in the room, standing in the corner by myself, where my sister had locked me. She locked the door, and then she asked the key, and then she was sitting in the living room. Now my parents came, and they asked her, what's happened? She said, ask him, he did something. Now they asked me, what I did was really, really, really wrong. My sister was 18 at that time, and I was 6. Can you imagine what I did?
No.
I'm not telling you either.
My first school crush was distinguished Toastmaster Blake Smith.
Kim Gleiner.
Toastmaster Tim Glainer.
Kimbo.
We got too many Tims already. First of all, my theme song is inspired by Johnny Cash. My name is Kim. How have you been? I suppose I'm not my sister. And when festive occasions come up, I decided something this past Christmas. I want to give my wife something very, very unforgettable. Not jewelry, not perfume, not new clothes, but something she will never forget for the rest of our marriage. A mop. And you know what? She will never, ever, ever forget that gift.
She won't. That's true.
Lingo Mom.
What do you love most about yourself? Toastmaster Tim Glainer.
1 minute, that's it.
Come on. Every time you look in the mirror. Good. Sit down. Is that it?
That's 20 seconds. I gotta start this on beer all day. What can I say?
Speechless.
We wondered how to do this.
What's the word of the day?
Word of the day.
This is a very festive meeting. Mostly I like to linger. Longer. I know that everyone here is intimidated.
Oh.
Thank you, Toastmasters.
The one thing I wish I had learned sooner in high school was distinguished Toastmaster Roy Scherer. Toastmaster Roy.
For the benefit of the guests, if you're a Civil War veteran, you can remain seated. Festive, what a festive question. What do I wish I had learned to do in high school? Read. Calculate. Add and subtract. It's been a handicap most of my life, not to be able to do those things. I think the one thing I really wish I had learned was how to get the attention of the most beautiful cheerleader in school, Janie. I asked her out a couple of times and she just laughed. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Your last name could start with a Z and you still wouldn't be the last on the list. Absolutely broke my heart. It broke my heart. So I went back to studying reading. Thanks a lot for that festive question.
My favorite Muppet was Toastmaster Linda Steele.
Manamana. Manamana.
Piggy or Hermit?
Was the Cookie Monster a Muppet?
Yeah.
There you go.
Muppet? I guess I didn't watch Sesame Street as much as I should have.
but I think that the Cookie Monster was the best. If that wasn't Muppet. Now, am I right?
Yeah, no, it's a Muppet.
Okay, okay. Yeah, Sesame Street came on. It was not my childhood. It was when my babysitting years when I would watch Sesame Street. So, definitely Cookie Monster would be my favorite. I'm a cookie lover and always related to the Cookie Monster. So what can I say? Thank you.
Timer reports?
Minus the Muppet puppet controversy, back table, I can say everybody,